Hello everyone, welcome to the new video on files. The main usage of file is storing of data. When the program is terminated, the entire data that was processed will be lost. It is not stored anywhere. So, to preserve the data each program uses, we can use the help of files. Files are also helpful in easy transfer of data from one computer to another, so that different users can use the same data for different purposes. So there are basically two types of files, a text file and a binary file. In binary file, the data is in the binary format, that is in zeros and ones, and in text file, all kind of data can be stored. You can have character data, you can have integer data, anything can be stored in text files. The basic operations that are done in files by using a C program is, first you have to open a file for any process, that is you have to open a file using the fopen function, and after the processing of the file is done, you have to close the file. And to access the file you require a file pointer, and the data type of this file pointer is file, capital FILE, which will help you to create a file pointer. Once the file is open using the fopen function, its location and starting point is transferred, or its location is transferred to the file pointer. In the previous video, we had discussed about various functions that are helpful in reading data from the file. So for the various input output operation to and from file, we have different kinds of operations. The commonly two categories of input output operations are formatted and unformatted function. In formatted function, we have to specify what kind of data you are going to store into the file, and in unformatted functions, the process or what kind of data you have to read or write from the file is already specified by the function. So the various functions that were used for reading from a file was fgetc, which is used to read a single character, fgets, which is used to read a string, fread, which was used to read a block of data or to read data to a structure, then getw to read a single integer, and fscanf, similar to the scanf function that you use in any C program. Now in this video we'll be dealing with various functions that you can write data to a file. So all those functions which you had used for reading data to a file, they will have a corresponding write operation also. So let's see. So similar to the fgetc, you have an fputc. So fgetis, you have fputs, you have fread, you have fwrite, and for getw you have putw, and for fscanf you have fprintf. So these are the various functions which are used to write data to a file. Fputc, fputs, fwrite, and putw are the unformatted functions, and fprintf is the formatted function. Now let's see each function in detail. So the first one is fputc. So fgetc was to get each a single character by character from the file. Similarly, fputc is to write single character to a file. So the syntax of this is fputc, or you can just putc is also enough. Just putc or fputc, whatever it is, both are enough. You can give the character which you are going to write, and then the file pointer which specify to which file you're going to write the character. So here you can use just putc or fputc, both are possible. So by using fputc, you have to specify the character first which you're going to write, and then the file pointer. So let's take an example. So here we are going to declare a file pointer fp. We also have a string which has the content goodbye, and so we are opening the file output.txt, and this is opened in the write mode. We are going to write the data into the file, that's why you're using in the write mode. So again we are checking if there is any error in opening the file. If there is no error, we are going to write the string into the file by using the fputc function. So you're writing single character by character. In the for loop, you have from I is equal to 0 till /0. That is, you're going to read till /0, and all the data till /0 will be written to the file which is pointed by fputC. That is, the data goodbye will be written to the output.txt file by using fputC string. So first G will be written, then O will be written, then the next O will be written, then D will be written, then the space will be written, then B, Y and E. So all these data will be written by using the function fputC. It will be written character by character. So that is the use of the function fputC. Now fputs. So fputs is similar to your fgetters function, that is, you are going to write an entire string. So the syntax is fputs strfp. So you have to specify the character string or the character array that you are going to display. That is your first parameter, and second parameter is the file pointer. So this will write the string str to the file pointed by the file pointer fp. So let's take an example. You have a file pointer fp, and see, you have the character array of declaring str. You are opening the file sample.txt. Here again we are opening in the write mode because you're going to write content to the data. Again, you're checking for any error in opening the file. If not, we are reading a string. In str to str we are reading a string. See, whatever it is, say hello, and that is written into the file sample.txt by the function fputs. So the data is read to str. So whatever data is read, that is read to str, and that is written to the file sample.txt by the function fputs. So the data is written as a whole. In the previous fputs we had written it character by character. Here we are writing it as a whole. So that is the difference between fputC and fputs. Puts you are writing as a whole, and fputC we are writing it as single character by character. Now moving on to the next function, fwrite. So fread was to read the data into a structure variable. That is, you're going to read a block of data that are stored together. Similarly, we are going to write a block of data, that is, a structure variable's entire data can be written by using fwrite. So in fwrite, first the parameter is address, that is your address of the structure variable, then the size of the structure variable, then the number of data you're going to write, and then the file pointer. So these are the parameters, same parameters as that of the fread function: the address of the structure variable, then the size of the structure, and then the number of times or number of blocks that you're going to copy, and then the file pointer. So let's take an example. Here again we have declared a structure, struct per. You have an ID and a name, which is the data members of the structure per, and then you have declared a variable, structure variable p1. Now we have declared a file pointer fp, and we are opening the file person.txt again in the write mode. We are opening in the write mode because we are going to write data to the file. And again, you're checking for any error. If there is no error, you are first reading the ID, and that is stored in p1.id. Again, you're reading the name from the console. You're storing that into p1.name, and then that is written to the file person.txt using the fwrite function. The first parameter is your structure address of the structure variable, that is p1 was the structure variable, and you have read data to p1, so that is ampersand p1. Then you are the structure, getting the structure of the size of the structure per, and then you're only writing one block of data, that's your specifying block 1, and then you are writing the file pointer. So the file pointer here is fp. So using this function, the entire content will be written to the file person.txt. So that is the use of fwrite. So using a single function, you can write the content of the entire structure variable. So entire structure's data can be written using a single function. You don't have to first write the ID, then you have to write the name. That is not needed. You can write it in an entire single go. Then you have put w. So put w is the function which is similar to the get w. That is, get w was to read integers from the file. Now put w will be to write integers to the file. So put w, you have to specify the integer variable and then the file pointer. So here num is the integer variable and fp is the file pointer. So you can write the integer one at a time to the file. So let's see an example. You have the file pointer fp, you are reading, you're declaring a variable num and an I. You're opening the file.txt in the write mode. Then you're checking for any error in opening the file. Else you're first reading a number, you're writing that. Then again reading a number, you're writing that. Again reading a number, writing that. You're reading 10 numbers and writing that to the file.txt using the put w function. So you're reading data at a time and writing that to the file using the function put w. So you can only write one integer at a time to the file. Okay, multiple integer is not possible. You can only write one integer at a time. So that is the use of put w, similar to that of get w, reading data from the reading integer from the file. Here you are writing integer to the file. Now next, moving on to fprintf. So fprintf is similar to your printf in your console, in your C programming, the printf that you use, same as the format of fprintf. In additional that, you have to specify the file pointer. So in printf, you are displaying to your output screen, so you don't need to specify to your writing to a file. But here, since you are writing to a file, you have to specify to which file you are writing. So that for that we need the help of the file pointer. And so using the file pointer and specify the format string and then specify the variables, that is the variables which you are going to write. So the which all variables data you are going to write, that variable list you have to specify. And the format string is the corresponding format string of corresponding variable. If it is integer, %d, character, %c, float, %f, etc. is specified in the format string. So let's take an example. So you have m1, m2, role, n and I, and you're reading name. So you're opening the file marks.txt in the write mode, you're checking for any error. Then you're entering the name, you're entering the roll number, and then you are displaying to the function, you're writing to the function marks.txt using the function fprintf. So first you have specified the file pointer, then first you're going to write the name, so you specified percentages, then you're going to write roll number, so you have specified %d, and you have specified the list of variables, that is name and roll number. So this is how we use the fprintf, same to the printf function, which is with the change that you have to specify the file pointer also, because only then the computer will know, the compiler will know that to which file you're going to write this data. So this is about fprintf. Now let's summarize all the functions. First you have fputc to write a single character to the file. So in the syntax you have to specify which character and the file pointer. Next one was fputs to write multiple characters or to write a string of data. So there also you have to specify the character array or the string which you are going to write and also the file pointer. Next is fwrite. Fwrite is to write a binary content or to write the structure content. So to write the structure content, you have to specify the address of the structure variable, then size of the structure variable, and you have, next you have to specify the number of blocks or how many structure data you're going to store, and then the file pointer. Then you have put w, which is to write integer to a file. You can only write single integer at a time, and you can use put w num.fb. First you have to specify the integer variable from which the data you're going to write, and then fp, the file pointer. The last function is fprintf, which is a formatted function similar to your printf function to write number, string, whatever to a file, and that this data or the syntax is similar to that of a printf function. In addition that you have to specify the file pointer, that is to which file you are going to write. Then you have to specify your control string or the format string, and then the list of variables. So that is about fprintf. So here fputc or putc, both are same, both have same syntax. You can write the content to a file using fputc and putc. So fputc, fputs, fwrite, putw are the unformatted functions, and fprintf is the formatted output operation. So these five are the various commonly used functions to write data to the file. Thank you.